Welcome to Hidden Empires, the channel that uncovers the untold stories of self-made billionaires. From toy sellers to tech visionaries, from forgotten failures to global empires, we reveal the strategies, risks, and turning points that built fortunes.
A poor factory worker who slept in a dorm with 8 other women, worked 12-hour shifts, ate at a table with 400 other workers, and had no weekends or holidays. Oh, and did I mention she got up at 5 a.m. every morning before her shift? Well, despite these hardships, she became the world's richest self-made woman. So here's how Zhou Qunfei went from sleeping in a dorm to having a $1.7 billion fortune. Taking a look back, Zhou Qunfei grew up in a poor Chinese village, and she lost her mother when she was just 3 years old. Her father remarried, but he didn't treat Zhou and her 2 siblings very well. And as a result, Zhou left school at the age of 16 and started working at a watch lens factory. She worked alongside men who made twice as much as her. And so she asked for a raise, but when she was denied, she quit. She then found a new job at a watch lens factory called the Hong Kong Times. And even though this place paid double what her last workplace paid, she still wasn't making enough money to support herself. And so she lived in a tiny dorm with 8 other women, shared a single bathroom with hundreds of other workers, and ate at a table with 400 other employees. For 8 years, she worked tirelessly, learning every last detail of lens production. But unfortunately, when the Chinese New Year came around, her factory shut down for a month. When it reopened, she was told that her position had been eliminated. Even though she'd given the company 8 years of her life and knew more about watch lens production than anyone else, she was out of a job with no savings and no safety net. But rather than letting this hardship defeat her, she was determined to use everything she'd learned to build an empire. So she went around telling everyone she knew that she was now self-employed and specialized in watch lens repair. Soon enough, business started picking up. After a while, she started borrowing money from friends and relatives to expand her business. She would use this money to buy new equipment to increase production and hire ex-colleagues whose jobs were also cut. Eventually, she built a 300-square-meter workshop and officially named the company Lens Technology. Around this time, mobile phones started becoming popular in China, and people needed glass screens for these phones. You see, until this point, glass screens were only used in expensive business phones. But now that China was producing its own cheaper smartphones, there was a huge demand for glass screens. And this was great news for Zhou because it turned out that making glass screens for mobile phones was nearly identical to making watch lenses. So all she had to do was hire some technicians, tweak the production process slightly, and invest in some new machines. In no time, she was supplying 30 million watch lenses and glass screens to customers all over China. In the meantime, her friend, who was working at a prestigious university in Hong Kong, introduced her to a new material that could be used for touchscreen production. This new material was photochromic, meaning it could change color after being exposed to UV light. This innovation allowed her to produce colorful LCD screens for mobile phones. And this was a game changer because up until this point, all LCD screens were monochrome. Naturally, this innovation caught the attention of Apple, Samsung, and other tech giants. And before she knew it, her company was supplying 60% of the world's high-end smartphone manufacturers with screens. In 2015, she took Lens Technology public and raised $290 million. At its peak, her net worth was $1.7 billion, making her the richest self-made woman in the world. Today, her company still makes hundreds of millions of smartphone screens each year. I think we can all agree that Zhou is one inspiring woman. Though her story doesn't have a clear-cut moral, I think we can all agree that every job, no matter how menial it may seem, can teach you something valuable. Maybe you're a writer that works at a coffee shop. Don't overlook the fact that you're building your communication skills. Or maybe you're a programmer that works at a tech company. Don't take it for granted that you're learning how to build products at scale. The point is this: treat your skills like assets because one day they might be the foundation of your empire.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe, like, and comment so others might find and enjoy these videos. Go to the description below for more resources and information. Thanks for your time.